Noble warrior. Each dawn presents a solemn choice that shapes the next 24 hours of your life. Most fail to see they make this choice. They rise, grasp their devices, and let the world dictate their spirit. Yet, a timeless truth separates the triumphant from those who merely endure, and that choice unfolds in the sacred moments after you awaken. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher, emperor, wrote in his private reflections, upon rising, "Remind yourself that today's encounters will test your virtue. Men may be ungrateful, proud, or deceitful, yet, rather than yield to despair, he armed his soul with this wisdom for strength, not surrender. In these fleeting morning moments, your mind is most malleable. Neuroscience confirms your first thought forges neural pathways, setting the day's course. Yet, many squander this golden hour, scrolling feeds, absorbing others' chaos, or diving into stress. The Stoics uncovered a profound truth. You can forge your mind for triumph, tranquility, and unyielding confidence by declaring 10 resolute truths each morning. These are not fleeting affirmations or empty dreams, but axioms grounded in reality. Aligning your soul with the world's eternal order. Imagine rising tomorrow, eager for the day, undaunted by its trials. Picture facing criticism, setbacks, or uncertainty with a calm resolve that leaves others wondering what wisdom you possess. The ancient Greeks named this state ataraxia, an unshakable inner peace. This is a serenity that anchors you amid life's tempests, a harmony with your place in the cosmos. It is not a gift bestowed at birth, but a fortress built daily, brick by morning brick. In these next moments, you'll learn the precise words that empowered generals to conquer fields, builders to raise empires, and ordinary men to become extraordinary. Each declaration targets a flaw that binds men fear: comparison, distraction, emotional turmoil, or delay. What sets these apart from modern fads is their proven endurance honed over the last toms, 000 years. Effective in ancient Rome, through world wars, and in your life today. The only question is whether you possess the discipline to wield them. Before we embark on this transformative path, I ask one act of resolve. Signal your readiness to master your mornings by engaging with this message. Share your greatest morning struggle below, and pass this wisdom to a brother in need. Join our legion of men who refuse to let life dictate their path. Commit to every word of this journey, for each part builds upon the last. If this resonates, affirm in the comments, "I command my mornings. I command my day." The first truth: I am the steward of my emotions today. When you fully embrace responsibility for your inner state, the world transforms. This is not about blaming yourself for life's blows, but claiming the power to choose your response to every challenge fate delivers. Viktor Frankl, forged in the crucible of a concentration camp, wrote, "All can be taken from a man but one thing, the freedom to choose his attitude in any circumstance. If a man could master his spirit in such horrors, so too can you in daily trials." Most live as slaves to their emotions, their moods swayed by traffic, weather, others' actions, or fleeting fortunes. They awaken and instantly check their devices, letting notifications decide their joy or sorrow. This is emotional bondage, the root of their powerlessness. When you declare, "I am the steward of my emotions today," You proclaim your sovereignty, asserting that your happiness, peace, and confidence are not for sale to the highest bidder. You claim the one possession no one can seize: your response to life's events. This does not mean you'll never feel anger, sorrow, or frustration. Rather, you recognize these as fleeting visitors, not permanent dwellers. You know that while you cannot control what befalls you, you wholly govern what unfolds within your soul. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we suffer not from events but from our judgments of them. Shift your judgment. Shift your pain. This morning, affirmation rewires your mind to seek strength from within, not stability from without. Begin each day with hand on heart, proclaiming with resolve, I am the steward of my emotions today. My feelings are my choice. My peace is my decree. Today, I choose strength over weakness, clarity over confusion, and hope over fear. Witness the transformation when you cease being a victim of circumstance and become the architect of your inner experience. You will discover a freedom most men never know. The second truth: no force can disturb my peace without my consent. Your mind is a citadel, and you are its vigilant sentinel. Each morning, you decide who and what may enter your sacred inner realm. Most men leave their gates unguarded, letting criticism, worry, or negativity flood in. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He knew true power lies not in commanding the world, but in mastering what transpires within you. When you declare, "No force can disturb my peace without my consent," you draw a sacred boundary around your inner world, proclaiming that your tranquility is not a public square for chaos to invade. You become the guardian of your mind's serenity. This does not mean you grow cold or indifferent. It means you cultivate what the Stoics called the discipline of desire, the ability to remain steadfast despite external tempests. You can acknowledge a harsh word without letting it rule your day. You can accept a failure without letting it shatter your belief in yourself. The secret lies in the sacred pause between event and response. Most men react so swiftly they miss this moment of choice. But when you train yourself to find that pause, you unlock a hidden power. Each morning, stand before a mirror and affirm, "No force can disturb my peace without my consent. I am the guardian of my inner world. Today, I choose who and what enters my mind. My peace is not for sale, not for rent, not négociable." Observe how you walk through life when you realize peace lies within your grasp. You become unshakable, not because trials cease, but because you've learned to defend what is most precious. Affirm in the comments, "I am the keeper of my own peace." The third truth: today, I focus solely on what I can command. The fastest path to madness is striving to control what lies beyond your reach. Yet daily, countless men waste their spirit fretting over others' opinions. The weather, markets, or 1,000 ungovernable things. Epictetus taught the cornerstone of Stoicism. Some things are within our power, others are not. He divided the world into two realms, what you can command and what you cannot. Master this distinction, and you master your life. What do you truly command your effort? Attitude, words, actions, reactions, and decisions. Nothing more. All else others' deeds. The past, the future, disasters, or markets lies beyond your sway. Most men reverse this. spending their energy on the uncontrollable while neglecting what they can shape. They worry about next month's woes while ignoring today's duties. They obsess over others' thoughts while forgetting who they aim to become. When you rise and vow, "Today, I focus solely on what I can command," you invest your finite mental resources where they yield true impact. You choose efficacy over anxiety, action over worry, influence over impotence. The Stoic Greeks practiced a powerful exercise called the circle of control. Envision your life in 3 circles: what you fully command, what you partly influence, and what you cannot touch. Devote 90% of your focus to the first, 10% to the second, and none to the third. This morning, habit transforms all. Instead of waking overwhelmed by the world's wrongs, you rise, energized by what you can set right within your sphere. Instead of feeling powerless, you gain focus. Instead of chaotic worry, you wield laser-sharp clarity. Rise, meet your own gaze, and declare with conviction, "Today, I focus solely on what I can command. I waste no energy on what lies beyond my reach. My attention is for my actions, efforts, and responses. There lies my strength." The 4th truth: my worth as a man is not tied to today's outcomes. Your value as a human stands apart from whether you earn a promotion, win a debate, or achieve a flawless day. Yet most tether their self-worth to daily triumphs, riding an endless cycle of elation and despair. Seneca, Stoic advisor to emperors, learned this through bitter trials. Exiled by Caligula and later forced to end his life by Nero, he realized external achievements are fleeting, but inner worth is eternal. He wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Your worth transcends any fleeting outcome." Society bids us measure ourselves by productivity, wealth, status, or accolades. Men rise with the burden to prove their value before nightfall. This exhausts the soul and undermines us, tying our dignity to forces beyond our grasp. When you proclaim, "My worth as a man is not tied to today's outcomes," you break free from the trap of achievement. You affirm your inherent value, not contingent on success. You existed before today's trials and will endure beyond its victories or defeats. Your essence is non-negotiable. This does not mean you abandon effort or dismiss results. It means you sever your self-worth from their outcome. You can pursue excellence without chaining your dignity to success. You can mourn a poor result without wounding your soul. You can celebrate victories without needing them to define you. The ancient Stoics understood true confidence stems from knowing your human worth despite external storms. They called this indifference preferred, desiring outcomes but not letting them dictate your value. A job gained is welcome, but its loss does not diminish you. Age dumb. Anchor yourself in this liberating truth. My worth as a man is not tied to today's outcomes. I am valuable because I am, not because of what I achieve. Today, I strive with all my might, but my worth is not up for debate. In success or failure, I am worthy of love, respect, and dignity. The 5th truth: I will act, not merely intend. The chasm between noble intent and true action is where dreams perish. Each morning, countless men rise with grand plans to build businesses, reconnect with kin, train their bodies, or pen their thoughts. Yet, by dusk, they've only pondered, not acted, Marcus Aurelius charged himself, "When dawn finds you reluctant, recall you rise to do a man's work." He knew intent without action is mere procrastination in disguise. The gap between the successful and the stagnant lies not in talent, luck, or circumstance, but in bridging thought to deed. While many perfect their plans, the triumphant perfect their execution. While others await the perfect moment, the disciplined act. When you vow, "I will act," not merely intend, you pledge to be a man of deeds, not just dreams. You choose imperfect action over endless preparation. Stoic wisdom rests on a simple truth: virtue is action. Knowing what is right is not enough. You must live it. Understanding wisdom without embodying it is mere amusement. This affirmation forges an implementation intention, a resolute plan tying goal to deed. Instead of saying, "I wish to exercise," declare, "I will act for my strength." Instead of, "I should call my family," say, "I will act for my kin's bond." Shifting from intent to action transforms your life. You cease being a spectator and become the protagonist of your story. You stop awaiting permission and forge opportunities. You no longer hope for better days, but make them through deliberate effort. Rise now and vow, "I will act," not merely intend. Today, I choose action over analysis, progress over perfection, doing over dreaming. My intentions are worthless without deeds. Today, I act. The sixth truth: every challenge is a forge to temper my strength. The same fire that melts wax can harden steel. Dam. You choose what you'll become when life's heat rises. Most see trials as punishment. The wise see them as a crucible for character and fortitude. James Stockdale, a Navy admiral who endured 7 years of torture as a prisoner of war, credited Stoicism for his survival. He said, "Never confuse faith that you will prevail, which you must never lose, with the discipline to face the harshest truths of your reality. Challenges do not break you, they reveal and build you. You face trials, now financial strain, strained bonds, health struggles, or career uncertainty. Instinct may urge you to curse fate or pity yourself. But what if these trials are not happening to you, but for you? The Stoics saw adversity as training designed by fate to shape your soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle holds a seed of opportunity if you have the eyes to see it. When you affirm, "Every challenge is a forge to temper my strength," you redefine hardship. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, but a student of life. You ask not, "Why is this happening to me?" but "What is this teaching me?" This does not mean you seek suffering, but you recognize struggle as the price of growth, and growth as the price of a meaningful life. Muscles strengthen only against resistance. Character grows only through trial. Each morning, steel your mind for the day's tests. Every challenge is a forge to temper my strength. I embrace trials as chances to forge my soul. Today's obstacles are tomorrow's power. I seek not an easier life, but a stronger self. The seventh truth: I will not measure my path against another's. Comparison steals joy and sabotages progress, confidence, and true success. Each morning, men wake and judge their lives by others' curated triumphs, forgetting they compare their raw reality to another's polished facade. Epictetus taught that the man who avoids trouble most is he who ignores his neighbor's words or deeds and focuses solely on his own. Your only true rival is the man you were yesterday. Today, social media fuels a ceaseless addiction to comparison. You see another's travels and deem your life dull. You see a promotion and feel your career stalled. You see a romance and find your love lacking. But you miss their unseen struggles, fears, failures, and private doubts. When you vow, "I will not measure my path against another's," you run your own race, at your own pace, toward your own finish line. You refuse to let another's timeline dictate your worth. Your journey is unique because you are unique. Your past, strengths, trials, dreams, and circumstances are yours alone. Living another's path is like wearing another's armor. It may gleam but will never fit and will ultimately wound you. The fulfilled define success for themselves. They cease striving to impress those they don't admire with achievements that don't matter to them. They honor others' victories without diminishing their own and cherish their progress without needing external praise. Today, pledge authenticity. I will not measure my path against another's. My road is singular, my timing divine, my progress meaningful. I celebrate others' triumphs without doubting my worth. I am where I must be on my unique journey. The eighth truth I choose: discipline over fleeting motivation. Motivation is like a shifting wind, unpredictable, transient, and beyond your grasp. Some mornings, you rise ready to conquer. Others, you're weary before your feet touch the ground. Discipline, however, is the steady pulse of your will, acting regardless of desire. Marcus Cato the Younger, a Roman general and Stoic, walked Rome's icy streets barefoot to temper his resolve. He knew comfort is the foe of greatness, and discipline is the bridge from ambition to achievement. You need not feel inspired to act, only disciplined. Most await motivation like a rare spark, believing they must feel energized to begin. Thus, they linger, wondering why their goals remain distant. While they wait, the disciplined build empires. The uninspired merely craft excuses. When you declare, "I choose discipline over fleeting motivation," you free yourself from emotional tides. Your actions bow not to feelings but to duty. Discipline is a muscle. Each act of will strengthens it. Each choice of duty over ease fortifies your character. Every time you act despite reluctance, you prove to yourself you are trustworthy, a man who keeps his word. The Stoics called this the discipline of action, doing what virtue demands, however hard, dull, or inconvenient. Motivation fades, discipline builds enduring lives. Consider the most successful man you know. He likely isn't more motivated than you. He is more disciplined. He severs action from emotion, tying deeds to values. This morning, make this vow: I choose discipline over fleeting motivation. My actions stem from commitment, not feeling. Today, I do what I've sworn, regardless of mood. Discipline is my strength. Affirm in the comments, discipline forges my destiny. The ninth truth: gratitude will shape my vision of this day. Your perspective crafts your reality, and gratitude is the lens that transforms ordinary moments into sacred blessings. Page Dam, you choose to see what you lack or what you possess. One path leads to misery, the other to abundance. Seneca declared, "We do not lack time, but squander it." He knew gratitude does not deny hardship, but reveals the miracles beside it. Your heart beats without thought. Your lungs draw breath without command. And you wield technology unimaginable a century ago. Yet most wake fixated on what they don't have. When you proclaim, "Gratitude will shape my vision of this day," you train your mind to seek abundance over scarcity. Neuroscience shows gratitude rewires your brain, forging pathways that foster optimism, resilience, and natural contentment. Gratitude is not pretending all is perfect or ignoring real woes. It is holding a steady perspective, seeing that even the darkest day holds treasures worth cherishing. Happiness is not possessing all you desire, but valuing all you have. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, envisioning the loss of what they held to deepen their appreciation. They pondered losing health, loved ones, or wealth, not to despair, but to cherish what they had more deeply. This morning, ritual will transform your day. Instead of rising with worries, you wake with thanksgiving. Instead of feeling deprived, you sense fullness. Instead of seeing barriers, you spy chances to grow. Declare, "Gratitude will shape my vision of this day. I will see the good around me. Today, I choose abundance over want, appreciation over complaint, and wonder over worry." A grateful heart builds a life of joy. The 10th truth: I will end this day stronger than I began. Each dawn is a covenant. Invest this day wisely, and you'll rest richer in wisdom, character, and closeness to the man you aspire to be. Seneca's nightly ritual was to reflect, what fault did I mend today? What setback did I overcome? Where can I grow? He knew the goal was not perfection, but progress, understanding that small, steady gains turn ordinary days into extraordinary lives. When you vow, "I will end this day stronger than I began," you make each day a forge for self-mastery. You rise as version 1.0 of yourself and rest as version 1.e. A mere 1% daily improvement compounds to make you 37 times better by year's end. This mindset reshapes your approach. A hard conversation becomes a chance to hone courage. A mistake becomes wisdom for future choices. A delay becomes a lesson in patience. Every moment is raw, material for growth, not just something that happens to you. This approach renders failure impossible. Even a bad day can end better if you learn from its errors. Mistakes yield wisdom if you extract their lessons. Missed goals fuel progress if you refine your methods for tomorrow. This is not about harshness or demanding perfection, but about owning your growth and seeing each day as a gift not to be wasted. When you commit to ending each day stronger, you build momentum that carries you toward the life you seek. The man you'll become depends on today's choices. Make them count. These 10 morning affirmations are not mere words, but a blueprint for a resilient life. By owning your experience, guarding your peace, focusing on what you control, and embracing gratitude, you cease reacting to life and begin shaping it. The ancients grasped what modern self-help often misses. True strength lies not in blind optimism, but in building inner resources to face life's trials with wisdom, courage, and calm. These affirmations are your daily training for that strength. You need not be flawless, only steadfast. Begin with the affirmation that stirs you most, adding others as you grow. The aim is not to become a Stoic sage overnight, but to grow more resilient, purposeful, and in command of your experience each day. Your mornings shape your days. Your days shape your life. Your life shapes the legacy you leave. Live with purpose. If this wisdom moves you, affirm it with a like. Share it with a brother in need. And declare your favorite affirmation below. Join our fellowship of men forging lives of meaning. Never skip a moment of this journey, for each truth builds on the last. Let the world know I command my mornings. I command my destiny. The man you'll become will honor the choices you make this dawn.